All right, hello and welcome everyone here to the Monday Rookies here with Trackalicious. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. And currently, we have quite a few drivers on the grid, 24 drivers right now with us tonight. This is the Monday series, of course, Monday Rookies. As I said before, we're here at Misano, ready for a very exciting race here tonight. Current lap times, we're seeing 1:43.9 from Bob Robson. Top in the time charts there, 1:43.96 from Luis Castro. So actually quite the tight top two. George Elmer in the Alpine setting that third position, 1:44.5 currently. Pull up the timings so you guys can see that. Washed Up Squid Cass. Welcome everyone. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Ready for some rookie racing here. This should be quite the race tonight. This is the penultimate race of the season here. We have plenty more leagues coming up though, come the winter. And after the end of these, we have our winter Maserati series along with other spec cars as well on our sim grid. Make sure you guys check that out at simgrid/host/Trackalicious here. I will send the link. There we go. Link in the chat for anyone interested for the sim grid. Also links to the Discord. You guys are interested in any leagues that we have upcoming. As I said, plenty so far. Endurance leagues coming up as well. I think here on, let's see, when is it? It's December, I should know this. December 17th. There we are. I was going to say 16th. 17th is our next endurance race as well. Make sure you guys are signed up for that. Currently it's full, but the reserve drivers, make sure you guys get in there for that as well. Currently just in free practice right now, 2.5 minutes to go. So we hop into the qualifying session here. Drivers on track right now, a lot of them in the pits actually. But other than that, like I said, 1:43.9 is our top of the time charts right now. Bob Robson, fastest in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Luis Castro, fastest in Sector 1. Currently, we're following along here with Paula Brady. She roars down the back straight into, well, not quite the back straight, I should say. One of the straights, the start-finish-ish straight. Anyways, into what is now the big right-hand sweeper onto the back straight. I would attempt to pronounce the corner names here, but they are all in Italian. And I wouldn't succeed that well. Let's just say that. Paula Brady, though, not too concerned what the corner names are, but knows exactly where they are. And is going to continue pushing along here as we see. See here. Oh man, you guys were right. Okay, so apparently follower only chat is, there we go. Lovely. Now you guys can chat. I think, I don't know if the new settings or something went in. Let's see here. Slow mode. Clear chat from... So these are all new Twitch settings that I'm not used to yet. Just taking a look at them real quick. I think I got the comment in Discord saying that people can't chat unless they're following for 1 month. Yes, thank you, Donnelly. I Okay, I think we're just going to turn off all of the things. Yes. Okay, all of the things now are disabled. I think. But anyways, we'll get back into it here. As I said before, just in the practice session, luckily here. Following along with the little Alpine that could here of George Elmer. Okay. Follower only mode has been set for 0 minutes now. Lovely. Might explain where the chat has gone these past few streams. Hopefully, though, that solves that issue. Thank you for whoever suggested that. We are now here getting into our 15-minute qualifying session where we'll see these cars quickly getting underway here. There are no splits in this session, just everyone getting out on a track as soon as they can and setting as many laps as possible, as fast as they can. Casey Schutte leading the way here tonight in the first qualifying session. As there are 2 races tonight, 2 20-minute races, of course. I'm going to redeem a hydrate because I'm thirsty. Make sure everyone hydrates. Oh yes, thank you for the follow, everyone. I see we have Donnelly following earlier. Pablo Didik following as well, and a Fat Fly following. Thank you guys very much. Hope you guys are all ready for some exciting racing here tonight at Misano with Trackalicious. Round 8 of the 2022 Fall Rookie League here at Misano. It's time to hydrate. Alrighty. Properly hydrated here. Got Life's Health Potion. H2O. 12 minutes in this qualifying session. Casey Schutte will be starting his lap here as we are getting ready to come barreling into the first chicane. Very tricky chicane. Looking for that braking point. Riding the curbs very nicely. It's all about trying to maximize the minimum speed into the first corner. And second, where you can get that exit onto the windy, curvy section of turn 4 and 5. Braking into the massive hairpin off camber. Very difficult to get the rotation in the front end for that Aston Martin. Looking quite handy though around this track so far, using all the track to its advantage. Riding the curbs extremely wide onto the green tarmac stuff. I don't know. Getting ready to round the double apex onto the back straight. As I like to call it, the Petronas Urinal Straight, as you can see right there. Do not think that is what it's called officially, but unofficially, that's what I'm calling it. Flat out all the way up into 6th gear. Looking for that braking point, waiting just as the curbs end. Slamming it down into 2nd gear, trying to get the rotation on that Aston Martin up into 3rd. Climbing the gears now into the final sector. Comes Casey Schutte, getting ready to round the final corner. Running extremely wide, bit of a moment on the exit, but Coming across the line, Casey Schutte will be setting our first lap. That's a 1:44.6 from Casey Schutte. Quickly beaten by Bob Robson, 1:43.9, 1:45.2 from Hayden Gibber. Coming across the line in that Country Club Racing Porsche, the 89 car. Other cars yet to set their laps. Let's see. A lot of drivers now coming across the line. Patrick D coming across the line with a 1:45.1. Stephen Tomzik, 1:47.0, 1:45.5 from Weaver. Luis Castro taking that pole position, 1:43.9. Just beating out Bob Robson. Bob Robson not going to be too thrilled with that and going to try to take that back without a doubt. Casey Schutte as well, though, looking to challenge for that pole position. Currently about 0.6 off. Has to make up a bit, but 0.4 up on this lap. If anyone can do that, it definitely is Casey Schutte here. Driving that Rogue Racing 444 Aston Martin. Pace is absolutely rapid. A bit further down, see Daniel Versosa here in P13 having a very good improvement on his lap. Just starting it too. About 0.5 up currently. We'll check back in with him come the end of it. See other drivers. Actually, Casey Schutte is going to be the first driver. Oh, but it looks like he's had a bit of a moment. Unfortunately, not making the improvement he would want here. Only about 0.2 up on the time, losing a good bit of time in that middle sector coming across the line. Will be an improvement, but not an improvement on position. Paula Brady behind him. She is going to be looking to gain some time as well here. Patrick D in the rusty hot dog Porsche. Coming across the line now. Trying to get some improvement. Doesn't quite gain any positions. Does gain some time though. Lots of cars now coming across the line. We're going to see quite a few changes. Justin Seckram taking up that 6th position there temporarily. See other drivers. No one quite challenging the times up at the top. George Elmer on quite the flyer as well here. 1:45.7 from him currently. About 2.5 seconds off. About 2 and a bit seconds off of that pole time. But on a very nice lap indeed so far. About 0.8 up. Still a bit of lap to go. We'll ride along with him here as he rounds the penultimate corner now. Coming into the final corner. Looking to make a good improvement. Currently sitting down here in P11. Will be coming across the line to make an improvement here. Goes up to P5, improves 6 positions. Very nice lap there from George Elmer. Patrick D as well, making a good improvement. Justin Seckram right behind him. Let's see other drivers here to finish a lap soon. 37 car of Niall Schleter. He will be coming across the line relatively soon here. Does in fact do that here in a moment. Set his first lap of the night. Currently sitting down in P24 with no time on the board. Jumps up into P3. Very nice lap from Niall Schleter. Now trying to get it done here tonight. Respect. And now the big pack of cars coming through again. We'll see quite a few shuffling of positions, I would imagine. Again, see here 13 car Potts Weaver coming across the line. Doesn't quite make an improvement. To the 718 car. Where's that? There it is. That is Pablo Didic. Quickly trailed behind, I think, by Ricardo Sapien. I think that is 263 car. Yeah, it is. But quickly, he is bailing out of his lap. Going back to the pits, it looks like, to make a quick little change to his setup. John Donnelly, who we saw in chat earlier down here in P19, currently making actually a really good improvement on his lap. Currently about 5 seconds off of the pole position time. Has to gain about... Oh, that's math. I mean, if he gains a second, he'll definitely improve a position. But currently improving a good bit on his lap, is going to be coming across the line relatively soon. Currently sitting down in P20. Can he make the improvement? He makes the improvement on time. And he does get the position over John Hawley. Nice. Up to P19 goes John Donnelly. Beating out his fellow John. Oh! What the heck happened here? We're in qualifying. Looks like we maybe had a bit of contact. Let's see, as we're following along here. Oh, George Elmer, massive tank slapper after getting onto the rumble strips and the sausage curbs. And that unsettles his car fairly greatly and sends him straight into the barrier. I agree, Xylus. Tell your friends. Get your friends in here. Get everyone involved. Anyone who is interested in sim racing, get them involved in the Tracklicious community here. Got 25 drivers on the grid tonight. You like our Noob R Us livery? Let's take a look, Mixed. I know I've seen it momentarily, but I haven't looked at it in full. Let's see. Where are you guys? We'll take a we'll take a look here when the grid rundown happens. We got about 4 minutes left. I don't know who's on the team exactly, and I can just shuffle through everyone, but car 406. Okay, there we go. Take my time. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. Now Schleter, actually, I do want to see this. Now Schleter on a massive improvement, currently about 9.5 tenths, 9 and a bit tenths down on pole position, is going to be rounding the final corner now, making good improvements on his lap. Will it be enough for the pole position? Will be coming across the line momentarily. Does jump up into P2, not quite enough to take over Bob Robson's position there, but nonetheless, goes up a couple positions. And we'll take a look here. 406, the Noob RS car. Noobs R Us, excuse me. Of Andrew Casey here driving tonight. Along with the 33 car. Who's driving the 33 car? I'm assuming that's you. Wait. Oh, that's Cubbage. Duh. That's okay. I need to, yeah, we're going to take a good look at that livery here. That's a nice livery. We'll do that in the grid rundown. I want to take a detailed look. Alejandro Pagarin on his lap right now. Ooh, bit of a moment. Unfortunately, that's going to not help whatsoever with his time. Currently sitting down in P7 in that AMG, number 44. Alejandro Pagarin making good improvements this season so far. Okay, you are 33. Okay, okay. So mixed is Cubbage. Okay. Too many names to remember. Too many names to remember. That's all right. Following along with Alejandro here. Currently down in P7, second off of pole position. Wrestling that AMG through the final sector here. Riding those curbs like they're not even there. And on to the start finish straight he comes. I don't think he will be improving this lap, but still pretty decent time. And actually is going to come back into the pits. Has to hurry up if he wants to get another lap. Actually, I don't think he will have time regardless, even if he does go out immediately. Patrick D dropped down to P14 currently in that 808 Porsche. Making a good bit of time though. About a second and a half off of the pole position time. The gaps have closed massively from the beginning of this season. I mean, they've always been close, I will admit, but the timings are looking a lot closer. Good improvements so far. Ricardo Sapien on his lap, currently sitting in P10, has to make up about a tenth to improve over Paula Brady. Paula Brady on a flying lap as well, a bit further back. Still a bit of track, though, to go. Ricardo Sapien, though, on quite the lap. About a 4/10 improvement so far. Has a couple more corners to go. Is going to be rounding the final corner now. Onto the rumble strips and coming across the line. Making up a good bit of time, currently sitting down in P10. Wait, he stays in P10. He must have invalidated. All right. Unfortunate from Ricardo Sapien there. Paula Brady, though, has to improve by a couple hundredths of a tenth. Coming around the final corner is going to get that improvement and some. Comes across the line, currently sitting down in P9. She jumps up to P4. Very nice lap indeed from Paula Brady. Other drivers see the 40. Which car is that's? Well, the 212 car. We'll take a look at that one because I can see that number. Luis Castro. Whoa! It's one of the RS cars. And Carlos Guzman in there, making his excuses, adjusting to triples. Just got to get your excuses in early. I see how it is. Currently sitting down in P6 is Carlos Guzman. Just getting triple monitors, but that's very cool. Triple monitors I have no experience with, but I wish I did. I am a single monitor pleb. Well, I'm not. I have two monitors, but I don't race on two. Anyways, coming across the line is Ricardo Sapien down in P10. Does make a good improvement this lap up into P7. Improves on 3 positions. 101 or the 103 car of Justin Seckham is going to be invalidating his lap around the final corner, unfortunately, and that's going to be the end of his qualifying. We see there, I think that's Paula Brady coming across the line with a 4/10. That's not Paula Brady. That was someone else. It was the 18 car. Now we see Paula Brady coming across the line, though, making an improvement 6/10 down, up into second position. Very, very nice lap. Splitting Bob Robson and Niall Schluter there. As we come to the end of qualifying, Potts Weaver coming across the line there in P13 in the McLaren. Hello.
Mr. Nause.
Yes.
We have decided on a stream channel invasion instead of racing tonight, given that I had other activities to go to and will only be able to do one race. So I'm just going to be your second today.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Welcome, Eric Gukasian here to the booth with us tonight. You want to share your screens, Eric?
I can.
Not yet. It's okay. You don't need to yet because we still got to do the grid rundown.
Sure. I'll get it ready for you.
Yeah. Sounds good. So, on the grid rundown, that is, I'm going to take a drink of water before I do that. Not making that mistake again.
While he's taking a drink of water, hello, chat. How's everyone doing tonight? Shad Hassam. Hello. I hope I said that right. Now I'm feeling the pressure, Mike, reading all these names.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
Correct us if we say it wrong.
Please do. If we incorrectly say your name, make sure you correct us, because we are probably going to say it incorrectly. And we apologize in advance. But
Chug He Sam. Maybe that's it.
There you go. So, starting in pole position here of our first race tonight, 20-minute race of the Rookie Monday Series here. We have Bob Robson starting in the pole position in that 39 McLaren. Paula Brady taking a stormer of a lap, setting that P2 position in that 48 AMG. Now Schluter jumping up there into third place in P3. Wait, yeah, duh. Luis Castro in P4 in the 212 AMG. Casey Schutte up into P5. The lineup next to Casey Schutte will be Hayden Gibber in that Country Club Racing Porsche. We have Ricardo Sapien behind him in the AMG. We have Carlos Guzman as well in the BMW, starting in P8, making excuses as ever. Alejandro Pulgarin in P9, Justin Seckham, P10, George Elmer in P11, Mike Burkov down in P12, that 99 KTM, Potts Weaver in P13, with P13 with the 13 McLaren. Lucky number 13 tonight here for Potts Weaver. See if that makes anything for him. We have Patrick D in P14, the 808 Porsche. We have Beachley in P15, Daniel Versosa in P16. We have Jeremy Cubbage representing the Noobs Are Us livery down in P17. Andrew Casey in P18. Jacob Ambrose, apologize if I mispronounced that one. The 95 Aston Martin down in P19. Stephen Tomzik in P20. Pablo Redick in P21. John Hawley in P22. John Donnelly in P23. And his brother Chase Donnelly bringing up the rear. It's so far back the camera doesn't even know. Oh, he's in the pits. That's why. In P24. Oh, what? Yeah, so go ahead, Eric.
As you were doing that grid walk, Mike, one of the things I want to recognize is these guys do such a phenomenal job. All these guys and gals do a great job in not only learning how to drive on track, but these amazing liveries that we see on track. So cool.
I am currently looking here at the 33 car of Jeremy Cubbage, New Bar Us. This car is sick.
It's awesome. Love the colors, love the playfulness, and coming up with an idea that's that fun. Really cool. Really
I haven't seen a Bratz logo since I was like 10 on Nickelodeon. So that's awesome. I don't know what the thumbs down is. But
maybe a little homage to Bratz R Us going under and not being a thing anymore.
Could be. But nonetheless, Jeremy Cubbage putting in the work with that livery, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Oh, it's C. Hughes.
Should we call you C or Hughes or M? So what's the outlook today,
What do you
Mr.
mean?
Nause? How are we looking for those top tier drivers? Who do you think's got the edge today?
I don't think that's a question. I think Bob Robson, unfortunately, is a man who, once again, putting nitrous in his Wheaties, has managed to take pole position once again, and I would imagine he's going to walk away with it. But we'll see. Anything can happen in racing, and it normally does. Bob Robson, though, quite the fast boy. No doubt about that.
Yeah, impressive to see Paula Brady up there. She's slowly been working her way up the ranks, so really cool to see her in P2 in qualifying. And I think we've typically seen her in 5th, 6th, doing pretty well during the races, but getting up there and in the ranks, so cool to see.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything slow about her incline, honestly, in the skill levels we've seen from. I think she started sort of mid-pack at the beginning of the season, and now, yeah, jumping up in the top runners. So, very massive improvement. I mean, I don't think there's any denying that. But as we go here, lining up 2x2 Noah's Ark formation, rounding the final corner now is Bob Robson and Paula Brady. We have a car with our windshield wipers on. Man, people know how to trigger me. Luis Castro. He does turn them off, though, as we get ready to go green here at Misano for race 1. We are green. Cars are underway. Great start there from Bob Robson. Paula Brady, not so much, is going to get kind of pressured a little bit from Niall Schluter. Niall Schluter down the inside of the first chicane. We also see some side-by-side action with Casey Schutte and the BWT of Luis Castro behind. So far, clean racing all around. Wow, very clean racing. Oh, never. Wait, no, that's.
Oh, a little bit of a bump in the back. Overall pretty decent for the field that we have. But yeah, a couple of bumps in the back, but lots of time to make up for.
And I don't know if you want to share your screens, Eric.
I got it shared, I think.
Oh, you do. I'm bad.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out in the second half of the grid here. A lot of competitive racing all the way down, so it's really exciting to see what happens, not only up front, but also the wheel-to-wheel action that goes down the field here.
Can you stream in 720, please?
I could potentially do that.
That would be lovely. Thank you very much.
Got you.
And now we should have picture in picture, yes, as we're looking at Chase Donnelly in the pits.
Yeah, unfortunately, Donnelly not getting started in the pits. I wonder what's going on. Really unfortunate. Hope to see him in the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And just want to make sure this is working okay. I think it is. Yes,
yep,
it is.
I
okay.
See it.
Oh, and there's contact. Potts Weaver's off. What the heck has happened here? I don't have my race control up. I just know the car livery. Where's Potts Weaver? What has happened here? Oh my goodness, I'm great at my job.
Looks like Weaver's back on from what I can see. Maybe a little bit farther down the pack, but is on track and racing next to going down the ranks for sure. Holly and Casey.
Yeah, I think he just had a little bit of an off-track excursion there. I see some damage on the front bumper of that McLaren. Not quite sure what happened there.
Potts Weaver known to be in an incident or two before, but has definitely improved his skills over the last couple of races.
Yeah, as we say that, big send there on to John Hawley. John Hawley getting overtaken from Potts Weaver. And also now under pressure from Andrew Casey. That Noobs RS Porsche doing what it can, and it's representing Trackalicious, so obviously one of the best liveries on the grid.
We always appreciate it. Always appreciate trying to spread the word out, trying to grow this community, something we work really hard to do here. Always looking for new members, so welcome to join us.
Patrick D there making a move on to the 463 Porsche of Daniel Versosa. Wait a second. Daniel Versosa in a Porsche?
A new flavor of the week maybe for him.
That's not normal, is it?
No, I believe he typically drives the McLaren, I want to say.
I thought he drove the AMG, but...
It's a new livery, regardless. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a new livery regardless.
What is happening here?
That's a big send.
What is... as you were talking about, I'm just like trying to digest the situation that's happening here with Patrick D, Potts Weaver, and Didic, excuse me. Pablo Didic, there we go.
But you know, Versosa keeping a really good head on his shoulders, doing the over-under, letting him outbrake himself and undercutting onto the apex and maintaining that lead that he has.
Yeah, absolutely. And great question, C. Hughes. If you are interested in getting into these races, any of our leagues, we have a sim grid, which I just posted the link to in the chat. We need a command, Eric. Remind me to make... I keep forgetting to make a command for the sim grid.
I do think we have this one already set up, so let's put that one on there.
Yes.
Exclamation point Discord. Yeah, and we'll make one from SimGrid for sure.
Yeah, I keep meaning to do that, but I also keep forgetting.
Oh, as we say that, Bob Robson goes wide, and Schlieder now has the lead. Keeping constant pressure on him finally pays off. Schlieder now in the lead. That prediction of Robson dominating may not come true after all.
Where has Niall come from in this week? As we saw on Sunday, Niall not having the greatest race, unfortunately, but it looks like he is, he's put the practice in.
Niall, I've been watching Niall for a while. A fellow streamer, check him out. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's Niall, some number, on Twitch. Niall is really fast, great talent. Just sometimes gets himself into the wrong situation. And I think if he's able to get that out of his handbook, he's going to be an extremely successful sim racer. To add on to his extremely successful mountain biking racing career that he used to have. So incredible speed man all over.
Oh my goodness, sorry to interrupt almost there. Casey Schutte just about putting a preemptive end to Luis Castro's race right there. Luckily, though, not quite. That was a good save from Castro and a little sloppy from Casey Schutte, but nonetheless, all these drivers still making it work. And it's Nause leader 037.
Schleter 037. Yeah, check him out on Twitch. Really good streamer. Got a really cool setup. And one of the lead members of Phantom Sim Racing. They've been hosting some races on Wednesdays. I think that's over, but I'm sure they're going to run another season. The Catch-Up Cup with some safety cars. Super cool format.
Currently looking at this BMW on BMW action here. Carlos Guzman and Justin Seckham. Okay, it's Nile 037. Of course, I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we got a little bit of action in the back. Looks like Burkhoff and Beachley coming through. Beachley putting some pressure on Burkhoff. Burkhoff a little bit of a handicap with the KTM there.
What a save from Mike Burkhoff. I don't know if you caught that momentarily. That was a very short one. But that KTM, I think, was sliding across the track there just momentarily, and he managed to catch that. Beachley not going to make anything of that. Mike Burkhoff, very talented. That was quite the save. Wow.
Yeah, and if I could use a second to answer Hughes's question, hopping onto the SimGrid and registering, hopping onto Discord, message me, Eric Kukasian, number 5. I will let you know where all the signups and all the information are if you have any questions. But generally, just pop into the VC and someone will help you out.
A very friendly community here at Trackalicious. Everyone extremely helpful and willing to, well, wanting more people to race. Just join the Discord. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and as we see that, man, look at this. Schleter pulling a gap on Robson, and Brady putting some pressure on within a half a second of Robson. Robson can't seem to figure that one particular corner out before the straight. It's the same place he lost the position in the last lap, and Brady now putting a lot of pressure on him with with not only the power of the Mercedes, but the slipstream as well.
Yeah, she is absolutely doing wonders so far. Jump on board with her as she closes that gap. I think we saw Bob Robson there running wide. That's going to give a really good opportunity. Will Paula Brady try to go for the overtake maybe into T1? Be quite the send if she did. She's quite a ways back right now, but let's see if she can close that gap. Not quite. Don't think she'll be making that send. It'd be very, very ambitious. But I'd love to see it. No, she's way too far away. Not going to happen.
Yeah, Bob Robson might be a little bit off, but that doesn't mean he's slow. Regardless of how off he is this week, he's still a super fast driver.
Hughes, you're an iRacing guy, but you have ACC. Well, ACC is the superior game. No, not really, but I mean, it is, obviously. That's why we're here tonight, but...
Let's every console, every platform has their benefits for sure. I know iRacing has a lot of fun stuff. That we do have a group of people who do iRacing enduros and have a great time at it. So if you are interested in that, we do have a community there. But we feel like ACC is a lot more suited for community building, and we feel like the ACC community on Twitch itself is super supportive, and what a great tight-knit community. If you go onto any of these streamers, they all help boost each other up, and it's lovely to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Very friendly community. Along with Trackalicious, we have the friends alongside Box 3949 and others communities, Area 52. I mean, there's plenty. So many to name. Oh, I have your audio on. That explains a lot. That's probably hasn't been annoying at all. Wait a second. Is your thing frozen?
Yeah, I have an issue going on here. You can hear me still, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's quit out of that.
Okay, I will turn off. Let me know when you are ready for some more picture-in-picture.
Will do.
Paula Brady still in the hunt for that second position. 10 minutes to go in the race. Alejandro Pagarin pressuring onto Carlos Guzman. What the heck? I never thought I'd say that. Alejandro, another driver making quite the improvement this season, I would say.
Senor Pulgarin always improving. Another one sometimes gets himself into situations, but overall pretty decent pace. The man from Colombia showing his talents. That ACC and sim racing talents are global.
And you as well showing that ACC and real life talents are interchangeable.
Oh, of course. Thank you for bringing that up. We do run real life track days at Trackalicious. That's how we got started. And kind of ventured into sim racing because we're up in cold Michigan. So in the winter seasons, we want to look for something for everybody to do. And sim racing came about and kind of exploded during the COVID period. We were fortunate enough to build a solid community here at Trackalicious to kind of tag along with the real life stuff we got going on as we watch Paula Brady really tied up against Bob Robson here. Bob Robson must not have had his Wheaties this morning. Paula Brady putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, he is he's slacking on pace. This might not be his best track. Bob Robson typically is already a lap ahead of second place by now, but we see here not this time, which is absolutely awesome. Either other drivers bringing some more competition to him, or as I said, not quite the best track for him.
Looking like a bit of a setup issue. He's losing the rear end on a lot of corners here. So I wonder whether it's a McLaren specific thing that's happening or some combination between the McLaren and this track. But you see Schlieder walking away, Brady putting a lot of pressure on him as we come up to the crux of his skill, which is this corner coming up. Let's see if he's gonna manage to keep it together.
Yeah, and he says he's run a few track days at Lime Rock Park. I'm not sure where that is, but that's really awesome. Ooh, I see some action, though. George Elmer in the Alpine. Making a move here onto Hayden Gibber. Whoa! Did he miss his braking point? No, Hayden Gibber just braking very early. The little Alpine.
Lime Rock's northeast, I think. There it is. Yeah, Connecticut.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Cool. And from what I understand, Connecticut has this super crazy go-kart track that's like this insane complex, 2 stories and ridiculousness. Bucket list things.
That sounds sick.
Yeah, check it out. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a ridiculous go-karting track.
I used to work at a go-karting track, so that's fun.
You would appreciate this one. Like super carts or something like that, I think it's called. More slippy slidey from Robson, keeping an eye on what's going on between him and Brady here. Brady putting so much pressure.
Yeah, and a bit further down the field here, I want to say we have a very good battle going on here for position, well, what was position 12, but now looks like Patrick D is making a move here. Wow, the heck happened? Beachley caught sleeping. Has an absolutely terrible exit, but then Patrick D has a terrible exit as well, and they switch positions. Potts Weaver then takes it. This is rookie racing at its finest right here, folks. This is what you love to see.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Oh, Robson going a little bit wide. Brady getting a great exit out of that corner onto the long straight. Let's see if Brady has the power and the suck from the McLaren to get through here.
The suck from the McLaren, yes. Ooh, but also Alejandro Pulgarin still trying on Carlos Guzman. Almost trying a little bit too much. Needs to just sort of calm down a little bit and go for one decisive move. Washed up squid with the redeeming of the hydrate. Love to see it, because I can use it. Reminder to all chatters as well. Make sure you guys take a nice sip of that natural life potion that is known as H2O.
While we're alternating the hydrates here, Paula Brady putting quite a bit of pressure. I'm going to stick with this, giving Nile a bit of breathing room up front. He isn't completely gone there. Nile 1.8 seconds ahead. Paula Brady 0.3 behind Bob Robson, this dominating person of a sim racer, but not today.
No, I really want to see Bob Robson in some other leagues. That's I think we have seen him in some other leagues as well, but I'd love to see him in the Sunday League, see how he handles a GT3 car, because the GT4 cars, definitely he's very, very talented at. Niall Schlieder currently with the fastest lap, lapping 1:43.5. Wow, blisteringly fast compared to literally anyone. Like the 1:44.3 is the next fast. 1:44.2? 1:44.1. Yeah, 1:44.1 is the next fastest lap. So now Schlieder about 0.5 a lap faster on his fastest lap. Saving that pace up. Currently it looks like he's just saving his tires as well. Well, I guess probably not. There's 2 minutes left in the race. Not really anything to save the tires for.
You know, something to be said about sim racing. A lot of people find it difficult to believe the level of reality that there is in racing, especially the track day guys and gals. Go, oh, it's just sim racing. You go, while the cars aren't real, the racing is. And I'm sure Paula Brady and Bob Robson are in sweats right now from this battle that's been going on for several laps.
Yeah, along here with Alejandro Pulgarin and Carlos Guzman. These two still scrapping away. Alejandro trying to go for the switchback there a little bit, but Carlos Guzman not going to let him have it that easily. Close battles throughout the entire field. We see even, I mean, literally the entire field is battling pretty much.
Yeah, we got Brady on Robson. We got Schutte on Castro. We got Pulgarin on Guzman. Elmer on second. Gibber on Elmer, Burkhoff on Gibber, all just throughout. Everyone, all like 90% of the field is sub 1 second from each other. This is incredible.
Yeah, this rookie series, I will say, has turned into something incredible. And absolutely love to see it. Massive thanks to everyone in chat and everyone in the league as well for joining and supporting. Because this has been quite the fun series. I think everyone has enjoyed it.
Looks like Pablo from Chile making a mistake there, letting Ambrosch through. Just enough to get through there.
Oh!
Yep.
I wasn't close at all. Daniel Versosa and Pablo Didic almost making contact, but keyword there being almost. And Justin Seckham and George Elmer are battling. George Elmer onto the grass, and that's going to hold up Hayden Gibber behind, which is going to put Hayden Gibber under pressure from Mike Burkhoff. Mike Burkhoff is going to try to have the run on him, take the long way around on the start-finish straight, and actually tucks down the inside here. But that KTM is not fast.
There is no way that KTM is going to make him move on the straight.
Yeah, that KTM is definitely not the fastest car here on the grid, or the best at cornering, or the best at braking. But the KTM is a car on the grid, and Mike Burkhoff is getting the move done as I switch off, of course.
And in parallel, so is Brady. Brady goes in for a send, a bit of a touch. Pushes Robson wide. Robson comes back there. Now wheel to wheel, Robson making it back in front.
For now, though, and this also puts Luis Castro into play for this podium position as well. Luis Castro now on the heels of Paula Brady. Doesn't have long to go. Casey Schutte, though, right behind them as well. Just one mistake away. We are on the final lap here, of course, which I keep forgetting.
I'll let you focus on that battle for P3. I'll go down the grid here. Versosa and Pablo from Chile. Didic, wheel to wheel. Looks like Versosa makes a bit of a mistake, giving Pablo a little bit of gap ahead.
And Niall Schlueter now coming across the line to take the race win. Bob Robson for the second position, Paula Brady for the third, Luis Castro for the fourth, and Casey Schutte for the fifth, all of which finishing within a tenth of each other practically. Well, more like a second of each other, but still. Carlos Guzman now coming across the line, leading Alejandro Pulgarin for that sixth and seventh position, just in second behind for P8, George Elmer for P9, Mike Burkhoff P10, Hayden Gibber for P11, Potts Weaver is going to be coming across the line just about for that P12. Other battles happening. Let's see here. Pablo Didic. These guys are still actually scrapping it out a little bit. This might come down to the final corner. Not quite, though. Looks like Didic is going to have to settle. Has a little bit of a lunge, but backs out of it. We see them coming across the line here. We have Jacob Ambrose coming across the line for P19. Pablo Didic for P20. Daniel Versosa for P21. We have Andrew Casey coming across for P22. John Donnelly for P23. And Chase Donnelly, unfortunately, in the pits. And we have Professor Chronotis joining us for the next race, it looks like.
Very cool. Well, that was a phenomenal race. I'm actually glad I sat out of that one. I mean, I'd love to be racing, but that was an amazing race to watch. Mr. Nause, thank you. I'm going to have to bow out. C. Hughes, we're looking forward to you joining us. You know, you guys have really actually motivated me to potentially get another little rookie series in during our bridge series. So I might just pop that up.
I was going to ask about that. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you know, it's what do you guys think? What does chat think? Do we get another one going while we have a little bit of a break from our regular sessions? Another little GT4 series. Keep things going while we wait for our main events to start on. Well, if Squid joins, then we got to do it.
No, I think that we definitely should have another rookie series here coming up in the winter. I think that would be a good choice.
All right, you know what? Here's what I'll do. By next week, I'll have something up.
Okay, you heard it here, guys. You better hold him to it. Make sure you guys get into Eric's DMs, spam him. And I should also, are you sharing? Okay, you should.
Yeah, you can go ahead and drop off that picture-in-picture. I am going to head on out of here.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Eric, for joining us tonight in the booth for the race 1, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, and I'll be joining in chat for as long as I can.
Lovely.
Squid's emote, that's amazing. That's awesome. You see he's got a 5 emote.
That is
Squid
great.
On there. Squid, you've just risen to my probably most favorite emote combination idea I've ever seen. That was awesome. Great send off. All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere though. For anyone interested, yeah,
just for me.
Yeah. So make sure you guys stick around with me. It'll be Mike Nause here, running the booth again in this qualifying session. Get out of here, Eric.
See ya.
Eric's got bigger and better things to do than sim racing, obviously, which, you know, is all good because real life happens. Happy to have him in the booth with us tonight. And we are now in the second qualifying session. Cars out on track. We got 13 and a half minutes to go till we get underway. And Hughes, once you figure out how to join, yeah. So like I say, I'd message Eric Gakassian on Discord. He is awesome. The one that was just in the Discord with me here. He will help you out a ton. He is the man who runs the community. I don't know what term to use for that. The Führer? Okay, maybe not. That might be a bit harsh. But nonetheless, Eric's an awesome guy. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Thank you, Washed Up Squid. That's perfect. cars, though, starting their lap. I can't see. The 39 car is, but who's in front of them? That's the 444 car of Casey Schutte? No? 343 of Steven Tomzik. Steven Tomzik is going to be holding up. Ooh, that's unfortunate, actually. I think Bob Robson is going to get held up. If you leave, can you rejoin? Yes, you can. There's no obligation whatsoever to be stuck in it forever. People have, for example, Eric Kakasian missing tonight. This is the penultimate race of the season, but we heard it here confirmed from Eric Kakasian just a couple minutes ago in the booth that there will be another rookie series coming up relatively soon, at least into January, starting the 2023 season off with that. Plenty of other series as well. We have some spec series Maserati. I think all the spec cars we are going to have a league with. That's on our sim grid, of course. If anyone is interested, I will post the link once again. Once again, I need to get that command up. But anyone interested, there is the link for our sim grid at Trackalicious. Also the Discord. You can type exclamation Discord if interested as well. We have an awesome community here in the Trackalicious server, along with others. Box3949. All these communities are absolutely incredible, working together and generating, well, just an awesome community. Turning multiple communities into a super community, might I even say. Bob Robson, though, currently taking that pole position. 144.5 from him, 144.7 from Hayden Gibber, 144.7 as well from Potts Weaver. Casey Schutte with a 144.8. 144.9 from Justin Seckham. Coming in for that pole position, 144.2 from Luis Castro. Definitely will see some faster times coming to the end of the session. I will imagine Bob Robson did get held up on his lap, and he is already making quite the stride of improvement. About 5/10 up, about halfway to go on his lap, too. He will be trying his hardest to get that improvement. Bob Robson, the last race, not the normal Bob Robson that we're used to seeing, I will say. Bob Robson, someone who we've seen before just take off and pull lengths on the car behind. But not this time. He did actually end up taking that second position. And we had Nause Schlieder take the race win last time. Where'd Nause Schlieder go? Wait a second. Oh, there he is. Coming across the line now. Let's see where Nause Schlieder ends up for his first lap. Currently without a time. Coming across the line now to start his lap, I think, actually. Never mind. He does not set a time. All good. Bob Robson taking that pole position back. 143.6. Luis Castro not quite with a time to respond on this lap. Not making any improvements just yet. Hayden Gibber. Very nice lap from him. 144.7. Is going to get beat out by Justin Seckham. Justin Seckham coming in there just in front of him. 144.6.8. Hayden Gibber getting it very nicely out of the way there from other drivers. Currently, not too many drivers making the strides of the laps that you would expect. Also, a few drivers in the pits. Carlos, I'm sorry, but you got to do it yourself. That's doping. If you have someone else do it for you, I think. Carlos Guzman being awfully lazy, not wanting to qualify. After battling the entirety of last race with, where is he? Alejandro Pulgarin. Look, there's Alejandro's out there on track. What's your excuse, Carlos? Oh my, okay, fair enough. You're wrestling your wheel like a bear. That happens. Alejandro yet to set a lap. Let's see here. Coming across the line now. This will be his first lap time. And he sets a 1:45.7. Good enough for P11. Fair enough. Yes, GT4s are a lot more like road cars. Although I'm surprised. I guess the wheels are easier to turn if you go faster. I guess that kind of makes sense, but still. Someone who does not have... Whoa! Paula Brady with the pole position, 143.62. Holy cow. Absolutely rapid. I think we are going to see Bob Robson, though, trying his best to respond to that for a lap for a pole lap as well, along with Luis Castro. We see cars diving off the track to get out of the way and returning to pits. Ando, welcome. Welcome. So far, just in qualifying 2 here tonight. Oh man, that's a lot of reading. Ah, yes. So as Eric's saying in chat, basically Jose Guzman, who is in this? No, he's not here tonight. But Jose Guzman, wait, what? 4362. What's that? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I don't. Eric, you're talking gibberish, I'm gonna be honest. You said too many things in one message. Anyways. Now, Schlieder taking that pole position. Oh. Okay. That explains a lot. I was wondering, okay. That message made like almost no sense. Four and a half minutes to go left in qualifying here at Misano for the Monday Rookie. See Bob Robson there taking back to the pits, it looks like. Or just getting out of the way for fellow drivers. Being very generous indeed. Paula Brady, though, still holding that lap time from Bob Robson. Cannot believe that. What a lap from Paula Brady. Roofless, welcome. Hope you're having a great night. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Ready for some exciting racing. The Monday Rookie Series here. We have about 3.5 minutes left, or about 4 minutes left to go in qualifying till we get back into the racing. Currently now, Schlieder taking that pole position. Paula Brady in second. Bob Robson in third. And Luis Castro fourth. Luis Castro, though, coming across the line momentarily. Exactly a 10th off the time of Bob Robson. Comes across the line for an improvement, but not enough to improve his position. And actually, he did manage to invalidate on the last lap. See other drivers to come across the line relatively soon. Here we have John Hawley sitting down in P16 right now. Not quite making too much of an improvement, but has a couple corners to go. Sitting down in P17 right now. Ooh, and that runs a bit wide. That's not going to help his lap time too much, but now coming across the line, will it be enough to gain the improvement over Steven Tomczyk? Not quite. Mike Burkov behind on quite the improvement as well. Little KTM that could. Doing what it can. Interesting enough here, we have fastest lap from Nause, who has returned to the pits. Looks like that will be the end of his qualifying session. Who has the best Sector 2 time, best Sector 3 time from Paula Brady, improving over Nause by about a 10th. And the best Sector 1 time is from Casey Schutte down here in 6th position. So these drivers very fast on very different parts of the track. Very interesting to see. Casey Schutte will have time to set one more lap as he's now coming out of the pits. Hopefully he can get his T's and P's up to the optimal, well, T's and P's, temperatures and pressures, before starting his lap, as this is not the longest lap. Not the shortest lap either, though. 1:43.5. Pretty much smack dab right in the middle for lap times. George Elmer there, coming across the line for that 5th position. Good improvement from him. Mike Burkov, I think, invalidated that lap that was going very well for him. Not too much improvements on times. What's going on? Is the track condition? Track conditions are optimum. A little warm. Track conditions are actually, they're quite toasty. But that should not be an excuse. Luis Castro on a good improvement. Still a good bit a lap to go, though. See the 808 car. Where are they at? Patrick D. Rounding the final corner here. Currently down in P13, about 2 seconds off from pole position. About half a second off from Potts Weaver ahead. Comes across the line. Sitting down in P13 for an improvement, but actually gets beat out by Professor Kenotis there for P13. And now gets dropped down to P14. And Luis Castro hopefully not getting caught up in traffic there. I think that's Bob Robson in front of him. So shouldn't get too held up from that, I would imagine. Bob Robson should have the pace to, well, stay ahead for a little bit. And now 2.5 tenths is the improvement that Luis Castro needs coming across the line. Not enough for that pole position. Nause Schlueter holds on to it. Luis Castro takes 2nd position. Does have enough time to do another lap if he wants to, but it looks like he already has backed out of it. He's already a 10th down from his previous lap time. Be quite the improvement, or it'd be quite impressive if he did improve, but he doesn't need to improve much, so he might just go for it. But his time is dropping. Justin Seckham here as well, trying his best. Down in P8 right now. 103 BMW. Pushing along through the penultimate corner right now. Runs a bit wide. Very nice and tidy through the final corner, though, to come across the line. Currently down in P8. Stays in P8. Does make an improvement on his time, but not quite enough to gain that position over Casey Schutte. Other drivers that can improve here, Steven Tomzik. I think is the only driver left to actually have improvements left on his lap. And he will be the final driver to come across the checkered flag, too. Ah, Justin's your arch enemy. Rooting for the enemy. I see how it is. No, but much respect there. Everyone just trying to have some fun in this community, of course. Coming across the line is Steven Tomzik, currently down in P16. Comes across the line, stays P16. Improves about 4 tenths on his previous lap. And we now jump into the race, or at least the pre-race. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Well, best of luck to you out there. And best of luck to all the drivers, of course, as we now get ready here. Do a quick grid rundown. And quite the grid we have indeed here tonight. 25 drivers on the grid. Nause Schlueter taking pole position for the 2nd time in a row after the first race, taking that pole position and winning the race as well. So far, quite the drive from Nause Schlueter. Looks like he's going to keep that up. Luis Castro taking the 2nd position in the 212 AMG. Behind them will be Paula Brady with a, I mean, absolutely blistering last lap time. Beating out Bob Robson. Bob Robson will be lining up next to Paula Brady behind. And for that P4, George Elmer, once again, in that P5 in that Alpine. Ricardo Sapien in P6, Casey Schutte in P7, Justin Seckham in P8, Mike Burkov in P9, Carlos Guzman in P10, Hayden Gibber in the 89 Country Club Racing Porsche, P11 Potts Weaver in the Potts Autosport McLaren in P12, Professor Kanotis starting in P13 in the T-Swizzle 2022 car. It's got to be updated here relatively soon as we're coming to the end of the year. And we have Jacob Ambrosch in P14 in the number 20. That's a very cool livery as well. And Patrick D in the Rusty Hot Dog livery. Love to see it. Steven Tomzik in the Row Your Boat. 343 Aston Martin. Alejandro Pagarin in P17. Not quite the greatest qualifying from him as we saw. He had a very good qualifying last race. Jeremy Cubbage down in P18. Jeremy Cubbage in chat just a minute ago. So best of luck to you, Jeremy. Love your livery. John Hawley down in P19. 410 McLaren. We have Daniel Versosa in the big bad Camaro. Wait a second. He was in the Porsche last race. How did he do that? You have to register for a car, I thought. Okay, well, Daniel Versosa in the Camaro. Daniel Versosa doesn't care. That's what... But yeah, Andrew Casey in P21 in the 406 Noobs R Us Porsche. Justin Beachley in the Audi starting in P22. Pablo Didic in P23. John Donnelly in P24. And his brother Chase Donnelly lining up behind him in P25. Cars now will be getting underway for the start of this formation lap here one more time at Misano. And man, Luis Castro knows how to trigger me, turning his windshield wipers on in the daytime. Yeah, I don't know how Daniel Versosa managed to go. I'm pretty sure he's an AMG driver. That's the other thing. So he went from an AMG last race, or not last race, but last week, to driving a Porsche last race, to now driving a Camaro this race. Yep. Very similar cars all around, obviously, not at all. We'll see how Daniel Versosa can manage. Jack of all trades, it seems like. See if he's the master of any. Now Schlieder, currently the master of the pole position, though. Getting pole position on both races. He does that just to annoy people, Luis. That's so triggering. I cannot begin to describe that. Anyways, we'll just not look at him. Look at this AMG that doesn't have their windshield wipers on because they're a sane person and it's not raining. Thank you very much, Pat35, for the follow. He's waving. Yeah, okay. Regardless, that's just like one of those pet peeves that gets me in real life, at least, with when people have their windshield wipers on higher speeds than they need to. Just one of those little OCD things. And yeah, Luis making sure he gets that one nice and triggered. Everyone just driving all over the track. We're getting ready. That was a very not calm formation lap, I feel. What is happening? Drivers just trying to figure out, well, what they're doing, I think. I don't know. Let's take a drink of water before we come to the start-finish line here. As we now get into the final race of tonight, Luis Castro. And now, coming down the start-finish straight. Drivers are now underway. We're racing at Misano for the final time here tonight. Great start from P1 from Nause leader. Side-by-side action from Paula Brady and Luis Castro. Luis Castro having the advantage. And there's contact cars around Luis Castro. Inside and gets collected. Oh, and so does Paula Brady. I think we saw Ricardo Sapien getting involved there. Lots of cars getting out of the way. It looks like just those two cars getting involved at the start. Absolutely hate to see it. Ricardo Sapien, luckily enough, getting out of that one without too much damage and inheriting that third position. Justin Seckham as well, benefiting massively. Paula Brady has managed to rejoin in P21, and Daniel Versosa, or in front of Daniel Versosa, we see Luis Castro in P23. Yes, you do hate to see it, and that was a big oof. Oh no, and there's more contact. What has happened here, Chronotis? What the heck just? Okay, let me select, please. Thank you. What has happened? Oh no, Chronotis punts Mike Burkov. Mike Burkov gets collected by Steven Tomczyk and Alejandro Pulgarin, and then we see running wide, I think that is Ambrose, if I'm not mistaken, just avoiding that collision. This race not quite as clean as our first race. Lap one of our first race definitely was, well, completely clean, pretty much. This one, not so much. Whoa, there's a Porsche. There's a country club Porsche missing their braking zone and going sideways. What the heck? Hayden Gibber. What has happened here? We have even more carnage. What the heck is happening? Paula Brady getting caught. What? Okay, we have Ambrose and Potts Weaver. What the? Okay, wait, hold on. Cubbage. What happened to Cubbage? Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, we see the basically car park that is happening right there because I didn't go back enough. This is a chaotic first lap. Luckily, waiting to rejoin safely, but what the heck is going on? Now Schlieder is leading the race. Bob Robson in second position. Ricardo Sapien in third. Battles behind for fourth position with Justin Seckham holding that off from Carlos Guzman. George Elmer in P6, chasing that down. Kind of just has his own little bit of air right now with Casey shooting about half a second behind. Alejandro fully in his own little bubble in P8. And side-by-side action from behind here. We see cars getting involved. Okay, and that was Luis Castro trying to make it 3 wide. Thinks better of it, has to back out, and is now under pressure from Ambrose behind. Ambrose is going to make a move around the outside, trying his best to make it stick. This might even go 3 wide as we see a car, the Porsche of, I don't know, who is that? That's Didik. Pablo Didik getting involved here as well as a back mark. Wait, he's not a back mark. This is for position. What am I talking about? I was wondering. Okay. And driving along here, we see the AMG power is going to imagine outpower that Porsche, but the Porsche stays on the inside. There could be a high-speed contact here, but Pablo backs out. Closing up under braking, we see not enough though. A bit further back, we have Andrew Casey pressuring, and we see disqualification as well from Hayden Gibber. Side-by-side action, that Camaro getting some action on Daniel Versosa. Getting by John Donnelly there. John Donnelly now under pressure from the Porsche of Casey. Andrew Casey trying to get round. Has his teammate of Jeremy Cubbage behind him. Jeremy Cubbage, I think, got caught up in an incident earlier. Don't think he started that far behind. MC Fatty, thank you for the hydration. What is, oh no, what has happened? Pablo Didik, Justin Beachley. All right, let's go back. What happened here? So we see Didik in the Porsche. Misses his braking zone onto the gravel. What the heck? Okay, then there's just a BMW in the road. Yeah, all right, that wasn't Pablo's fault. It is because Eric left. Yeah, Eric absolutely cursed this one. I don't know what just either. Okay, yeah, BMW just stranded. That's fine. I don't even know where to pop back in. My brain is. Let's jump back down here at Beachley. Might as well. Where Dadik and Beachley now racing. We also see Ambrose and Weaver up ahead battling it out. I will now take a drink of water because I have a second to. Thank you for the hydration. Lovely, lovely. 14 and a half minutes to go in this race. Plenty of carnage has happened. Still plenty of carnage yet too, I would imagine. Let's see though. Let's hope not. Justin Beachley chasing Pablo Dadik here. And Justin Beachley's Porsche, that's a really interesting looking Porsche. No, Justin Beachley's Audi, not looking quite in showroom condition. Neither is Pablo's Porsche. Oh, Paula Brady and Mike Burkhoff, bit of side-by-side action. Paula Brady looking like she got by. I want to go back and see that. What happened here? Paula Brady, big send. Looks like Stephen Tomczyk holding up Mike Burkhoff a little bit. Massive send from Paula Brady. Gets her nose on the inside and makes it stick. Very clean overtake. And we also have battling from behind Jeremy Cubbage and John Donnelly. I think we see Jeremy Cubbage here struggling for pace just a little bit. John Donnelly not taking the defensive line. On the attack goes the Aston Martin. Well, they're both Aston Martins. 33 Aston Martin on the offensive. Does manage to get the move done for now. And it looks like John Donnelly is going to have to stick behind. Paula Brady, side-by-side action as well. Looks like she got by Patrick D and is now side-by-side with Stephen Tomczyk. Stephen Tomczyk forced wide and loses the position. Paula Brady storming her way back through the field, and Mike Burkhoff is off with Stephen Tomczyk. What happened there? Mike Burkhoff in the pits, it looks like, almost. See Mike Burkhoff on the inside here, washing out a little bit wide. Oh, and they just make contact. That was really hard to tell who was at fault from that camera angle. I have absolutely no idea. A little bit more contact to add to this race. Casey Schutte chasing down the Alpine of George Elmer. George Elmer currently getting held up a little bit by Justin Seckham in the BMW. Alpine trying to make a move. Tucks out of the slipstream, but thinks better of it. That's going to put a bit of pressure on him from behind, though, as he has to tuck in right behind the bumper of Justin Seckham. Go on the offensive to stay defensive here. We'll see. Trying to take the alternate line. Can he carry that speed around the outside? Has to take the long way. It's a very tricky overtake there indeed. Exia, welcome. Hope you're having a great night tonight, enjoying some racing alongside with us here at Misano. The penultimate race of the season of the Rookie League. Got one more race to go. In that race, I should know where it is. And I'll look. But I don't know off the top of my head. George Elmer, I think... Did he get by? Anyways, I don't remember who's in front of who. Anyways, next race is December 12th at Zandvoort. That's the final race of the season. We will be having another season starting, though. Sadly, you're working. That's lame. That's all right, though. Got to make that money. At least you're watching some racing while working. That's always exciting. Hope you're having a good day at work as well. Gibber, what are you doing here? Why are you in the chat? That's the whelp isn't it doesn't look optimistic. Yeah, you're supposed to be on track. What has happened? Nice move there from George Elmer. Or a defensive move, I should say. But also, here we go. On the attack is the BMW. Justin Seckham forces the Alpine onto the gravel. The Alpine kind of forces himself onto the gravel, I should say. And loses those two positions. Justin Seckham and Casey Schutte do get by. Casey Schutte pushing along here to try to get that overtake done onto Justin Seckham as well. Potts Weaver behind. Pressuring onto Professor Carnotis. Taking that alternate line. Looks like he wants to go for the switchback. Oh, that sucks. Lame ACC. Just let the people drive backwards on the track. No, not really, but still. Holy cow. That was very close. Potts Weaver almost going into the rear bumper, or the front bumper of Professor Carnotis. Professor Carnotis, though, getting that position back as Potts Weaver dives extremely deep. Yeah, that sucks, Gibber. That really sucks. Awesome. Well, hey, there you go. That's at least you're looking at it in the positive light, and there's always next race. So. Oh, Mike Burkov in the pits. There's no mandatory pit stop. He's a drive-through, that's why. He's a mandatory drive-through penalty. Oh my. Pablo Didic. That does not look like a showroom condition Porsche. That is for sure. Porsche has seen better days. Oh, shoot. What the heck? How did the Camaro lose that battle? What? Hang on. What? So the Doberman came crashing into the Great Dane, or rather the Great Dane came crashing into the Doberman, I should say, and the Great Dane lost? Okay. Interesting. Camaro making it look like it's about 5 pounds. No, Gibber, that's definitely something to be proud of. Oh no, what's happened? We see Ambrose off, Tomzikov. Ambrose far in the gravel. Looks like these two were racing. Ambrose. Oh, he missed his braking point. Yes, he did. Yeah, that is a man who forgot his middle pedal. Middle pedal is somewhat important. And yeah, that was a missed braking zone and a half. Fredo Sapien just got overtaken by Carlos Guzman. Unfortunately, didn't see that. In fact, we can go back and see that. Why not? This looks like a textbook overtake. Looks like actually Ricardo Sapien not fighting that at all. Almost lets him by, I would say. I think that was a strategic pass. I don't think that was a, yeah. Ricardo Sapien looking like he just wants to hang behind Carlos Guzman for that 4th position. George Elmer pressuring onto Justin Seckham right now. Little Alpine that could. Doing what it can. Mike Burkov has as well retired from this race in the pits, unfortunately, after that collision. Oh, Paula Brady going to be making a move here onto John Hawley. John Hawley going to have to go defensive. Paula Brady's AMG not looking a bit worse for wear as well. After, I think, getting tangled up in that lap 1 incident, that was George Elmer is a 10th off of Justin Seckham, though. 2 battles happening, actually 3 battles happening simultaneously. Oh, there's 4 battles happening simultaneously. Of course there is. We also have Jacob Ambush and John Donnelly scrapping along Paula Brady here, along with John Hawley, and we see side-by-side action from Justin Seckham, George Elmer, Ricardo Sapien as well, right behind Carlos Guzman, but I don't think he's going to be making a move, and this battle is getting intense. See Justin Seckham using all of the track and some to keep that position. Alejandro Pagarin is going to come into play as well right behind. Now this is going to be a three-way battle for P6 come the end of this race. We have 5 minutes to go. George Elmer looking impatient as well. Washes wide, does the BMW. That 103 gonna have a little bit of a disadvantage, I think. Not quite though. That BMW is fast compared to that Alpine. Yeah, that closing speed is just not quite there for the Alpine. Alpine's gonna have to get it done under braking. Closes up very much into the final sector. This might give him the run onto the start-finish straight. As they round the final corner here, he's going to have to try to capitalize on that exit as much as he can. Runs a bit wide, and it looks like he's going to have a good advantage. Defensive goes the BMW, and actually, never mind, he takes to the normal racing line, but a bit too much weaving from George Elmer. Loses his momentum. Doesn't quite get it done into the chicane. Behind there, just out of the camera, you can see Paula Brady battling with John Hawley still. John Hawley doing a great job of defending for P9. Paula Brady with a little bit of damage, which I would imagine isn't helping her too much, but nonetheless cannot take anything away from John Hawley. He's doing an absolutely incredible job defending. As we've seen, Paula Brady absolutely rapid here tonight. And George Elmer looking like he's gonna... Oh, Alejandro Pagarin, what? Okay, good. What a save. Let's go back and see that from the perspective here of Justin Seckham, as we'll see an Alpine come down the inside here and get a little tap, and by a little tap, wow! Little tap and a big save there from the BMW. Alejandro making a bit of rear contact, sending him a bit wide. John Hawley and Paula Brady now going side by side. John Hawley will have the advantage in the braking zone here. Paula Brady, though, going to try to send it. Thinks better of it. Backs out of it last second there. Couple more laps to go. Now Schlieder, I guess 2 more laps to go, yep. Now Schlieder still leading this race. And John Hawley here. We'll stick with John Hawley and Paula Brady, because this is going to be the scrap. John Hawley definitely, or rather Paula Brady definitely with the pace to overtake John Hawley, but just can't quite get it done. And John here, he just has to hold on for 2 more laps. And he will manage to secure that single-digit position for that 9th place, but that's a lot of work to do. Having Paula Brady right on your rear bumper is probably a bit stressful. As you've seen, she likes to attack. Speaking of attacking, Ricardo Sapien making a move here onto Carlos Guzman. This is for a podium position. Carlos Guzman washes wide. We'll have the inside line for the next corner. That BMW fast in a straight line. Mercedes closing up under brake and trying to take the alternate line to get the exit onto the straight that he wants. Runs way too wide, though, almost. I think that, yeah, it scrubbed off a bit too much speed running wide there. And we'll see. Oh, of course, Paula Brady made the move onto John Hawley. Okay, what happened? John Hawley here. Oh, goes onto the marbles. He fell under the pressure. It happens. He did a great job defending up until that point, but it was bound to happen at some point. That was quite the attack. We see Ambrose and Daniel Versosa side by side. I think Daniel Versosa getting by the McLaren there. And we are also on the final lap now. Now Schlieder leading the way. Currently the Porsche, though, a Pablo Didic battling here with Casey. Andrew Casey? Yeah, Andrew Casey. I was right. Side by side, these two Porsches go. Pablo will have the advantage come the braking zone. Can he go late enough on the brakes, though? Both of the drivers giving each other plenty of respect. Ooh, and actually very nice. Bit wide goes Andrew Casey. Pablo Didic sneaks in there and compromises his line and makes it so he has to get off the throttle just a tiny bit. Gets that overtake done. Luis Castro is behind John Hawley now. How'd that happen? Oh, because Luis... Yeah, duh. But... Well, not yet. I guess we don't need to switch to Nause leader yet. He's only around in the penultimate corner. Soon to be around in the final one, though. We can see on the mini-map. And we'll switch to him for now. Nause leader coming across the line for his second race win tonight. Lovely drive from Nause leader. Gets the job done. Carlos Guzman, or excuse me, Bob Robson for that second position once again. And Carlos Guzman leading these three drivers here across the line of Ricardo Sapien for fourth and Casey Schutte for fifth. George Elmer now for sixth position. Justin Seckham for seventh. Alejandro Pulgarin for eighth. Paula Brady for ninth. Very decent recovery drive from both Paula Brady and Luis Castro after getting collected, or after getting into a little bit of a collision on the first race. John Hawley securing that P10. Lovely drive from him. Highest score, or highest positioned silver plate driver. Absolutely masterclass of a drive, honestly. Luis Castro in P11, Patrick D in P12. Whoa, Professor oh, that Marshall is toast. And people are leaving now, so it's too late. These are our two race winners here having a little bit of fun together. So why don't we, let's see, where is, okay, we're gonna grab Niall, maybe. Where'd Niall go? There he is. Hello, Niall.
Hello, sir.
Great race wins tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I was not expecting it. I kind of did some practice earlier tonight, and I was way off pace.
Didn't look like it.
During qualifying is when I found it, though. I did 4 laps before qualifying started tonight.
Wow, sounds like you were thoroughly practiced.
Thoroughly practiced indeed. It was so much fun. I absolutely love these races. They are incredible fun.
Yeah, Bob Robson, he didn't have the pace tonight. I don't see him in the Discord, unfortunately, but normally he's up there battling with you guys. But
yeah, I was trust me, my armpits show a P1 armpit sweat.
all right.
Definitely thick and thorough.
I've been kidnapped.
You have been kidnapped. I apologize, Carlos, but welcome to the podium.
Hi.
You got that third position.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I do know how. Everyone died in T1.
Yeah, lap one happened. That's what happened. And then you drove a good rest of your race, so.
That's good. Struggling at the end to keep the car behaving.
Yeah, you get some pressure at the end.
Yeah, I made a small mistake into T3, and that cushion I had between me and Sepien just disappeared. So I gave myself extra pressure that I didn't need.
Fair enough.
But it was good. It was fun. Oh, it's the first time I've raced in this track in actually quite a while.
Yeah, well, great drive though. Your first race, what happened to your first race? It wasn't the greatest, was it?
I think I got like P6.
Yeah, okay.
No, or P5, something like that. I qualified decently, I think P8 made a position or two, and then just kind of stayed there. The fast guys were just too fast to catch.
Yeah,
And
now
my
leader.
pace isn't there. Yeah. I
Dude.
think this race, I was looking at my lap times, and I was within like 2 or 3 tenths of the leaders, so I was pretty happy with my pace.
Yeah, now Schlitter was on another level. No doubt about that.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
Did you even have a battle, Schlitter?
I did in the first race, and then in the second race, Bob got within a half a second, and I started sweating, and then I stopped talking in stream entirely. Super focused, and I think he over pushed his tires. That's why I was able to get him that extra 2-second gap towards the end there.
Okay.
Because I was kind of trying to do my best to not like push a quali lap and keep my tires alive at a fast pace. Trying to get him to over push his tires so then I could outrun him.
See, I wish I could relate. All my laps are quali laps.
Well, the quali laps got you a podium, so I guess you can't complain.
It's like alien to me having a different pace in quali than in the race.
Carlos, I agree with you. I don't know what these guys are on either. I don't get it either. I'm gonna be honest, but
whatever lap I run, regardless of fuel level, is what I'm gonna run regardless of fuel level.
I always run my personal best when I have a full tank. I'm out there after about 15 laps. Then all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, I beat my personal best by 4/10.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like looking at hieroglyphics. I just won't ever get it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I don't know. You guys have anything to close out with?
Eat rice, go fast.
Alrighty, lovely. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you, Niall. Thank you, Carlos.
All right, see you guys. Take care. Bye.
And excuse me. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream tonight. As this is our penultimate race of the Rookie League, round 8 of the 2022 fall season at Misano. We will have one more race in this season, and then after that, we will have we will have a league starting very soon with a Rookie League. Once again, Eric confirmed that at the beginning of the stream here tonight. We will be having a league in a couple weeks starting come January. So make sure you guys check out the sim grid and the Discord so you guys stay up to date on that. And I am going to send the raid now. We're going to send the raid over to IMBTR. Yeah, he's doing some driving. So make sure you guys go say hi to him. Have a good night, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed, and take it easy.